Hi everybody. Today we're going to derive the formula for the volume of a sphere and volume of a hemisphere. And you should be prepared to explain where this comes from. It would be a great test question. And then we'll practice some problems where you apply the formula. Okay, so if you haven't watched the video that derives the formula through a demonstration, please do that now or this will make zero sense. Okay, so how does the diameter of the sphere compare to the diameter of the cylinder? So you had a cylinder, and then essentially the sphere fits inside the cylinder. So the diameters are the same. The height of the sphere equals the height of the cylinder. Okay, so they're the same, but the height now has to be written in terms of the radius. So the height is equal to, well, there's the radius, so 2 times the radius. Now write a formula for the volume of the entire sphere in terms of the radius. Okay, so the entire cylinder in terms of the radius. So we know volume is pi r squared h, but we want it only in terms of r. So we just said h is 2r. So pi r squared times 2r is 2 pi r cubed. What fraction of the cylinder is filled by the sphere? So this was from the video. So the fraction was 2/3. So now write the equation for the volume of the sphere. So it's 2/3 of the cylinder. Simplify. So that's 2 over 1, so 4/3 pi r cubed. So now a hemisphere is half, so half of 4/3 pi r cubed is 2/3 pi r cubed. Add these to your vocab list. Okay, so now let's apply this. So we're going to find volumes of all of these figures. And we'll round to the nearest tenth. So the first one, v equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So 4/3 pi 3 cubed. Use the pi button. Round only at the end. 113.1. I think it's in centimeters, so centimeters cubed. Number 2, r is a half. Pi button, and then to the third. Okay. Number 3, hemisphere, 2/3 pi r cubed. So 2/3 pi 3/4 to the third. Just be careful as you're typing it in the calculator. 0.9. And might be a nice time for you to pause the video and try these and see how you do, and then hit play to check. So this one is a cylinder plus 2 hemispheres, or 1 full sphere. So the cylinder is BH plus, and then the sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed. Now BH turns into pi r squared h plus 4/3 pi r cubed. So pi 6 squared times 12 plus 4/3 pi 6 to the third. And then type that in the calculator. (2261.9 centimeters cubed). And then number 5. So breaking that into pieces, you have a hemisphere and a cone. So hemisphere, 2/3 pi r cubed. And then the cone, 1/3 base times height, or pi r squared h. Now be careful that h is not given in the problem. But we have a right triangle. You could use Pythagorean theorem, or you might remember that's a 3, 4, 5 special right triangle. So we have 2/3 pi 3 cubed plus 1/3 pi 3 squared, and then you use the 4 for the capital H. Okay, let's type this in. 2/3 pi 3 to the third plus 1/3 pi 3 squared times 4. 94.2. And now this last picture here. So we want to know what, so this is a fraction of a hemisphere. So what fraction is it? Okay, so it's 320 over 360, that's the fraction, of 2/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so we have, okay, so let's just, and the r is 18. Okay, if you have a hemisphere, the height of the hemisphere is also the radius, isn't it? So we have 320 divided by 360 times 2 divided by 3 times pi times 18 to the third. 10,857.3 centimeters cubed. And then let's go down to number 12 here. You're given the volume of the sphere, and we want the radius. So the volume is 972 pi. Don't forget the pi. Now we want to isolate r. Well, let's isolate the r cubed first. So you can divide both sides by pi. That's a nice step. Cancel the pi. So you have 972 equals 4/3 r to the third. Now divide both sides by 4/3 or multiply by the reciprocal. (729) equals r to the third. Now we take the cube root of both sides. And on the calculator, that's under math. So math, cube root, which is the fourth one, 729, and you get 9. So r is 9 inches. And there you go. Go ahead, do the assignment on Go Formative, and have a great day.